Okay, guys. Got some good news and some bad news. I've done a bunch of testing, and boy, howdy. Well, hold on. I don't want to say my theory crafting was wrong, but there is something going on wonky with the passive tree. All right, so in the previous version of theory crafting, I was looking towards block for the end game. I've been working on some leveling a little bit in this case. I'm up to champion 85. I'm at level 66, so it's about 20 levels higher. Um, I tried the passive tree with all the blocking here, all the blocking up here, all this kind of stuff, all the efficiency, all the stuff I was talking about 95%, 96%. I had that much block percentage. For whatever reason, my blocking efficiency never went above 36. Why? I don't know. In that case, I tested it. It wasn't really worth it. But I did find a workaround that's actually a lot better. I don't know if you guys are familiar with World of Warcraft and the monks and how they operate, but essentially they operate under Stagger. And I've noticed that there is a Stagger feature in the Gate of Fates, as you can see in this passive tree. So what I did was, this is pretty much the same. It's still any damage, you know, rend, physical, sacred, whatever. All the same stuff down here, all the same stuff over here, all the same stuff up here. What changed was, if you come up here to Dire Juncture, you take 40% of an enemy's attack when it hits. The rest is inflicted 1 second after. Your health is set to 85% of maximum. Force shield, we don't have any force shield. So you're like, whoa, dude, I just took 15% less maximum health. Well, with this extra talent, it's only 90%. So I went down from about 30,000 health to 25,000 health. For 5,000 health, I'll take what is essentially a 60% damage reduction. Because what does that mean? That means you take 40% of the hit initially, 60% is taken essentially on the same tick that I'm regenning for 39,000 health. So whatever they've hit me with, the first hit's not going to kill me. More than likely, the second hit's not going to kill me either, because it's also on the same tick as health regen and the leech life. Because leech life and health regen both take 1 second to actually activate. So in this case, I've actually taken away life leech. So I'm getting all my stuff from regen. With stagger, leech life isn't going to do anything anyway because I have so much regen. Plus the stagger, it offsets any damage you would take. The other thing is, this is essentially like Bone Shield from Death Knights in World of Warcraft. You gain a tenant point every 2.5 seconds up to the maximum of 5 tenant points. 1 point is consumed whenever you're hit, and each point does 15% damage reduction. Now, with the extra talent, it's another 5%. So 20% damage reduction per point, and you're getting a point every 2.5 seconds. So basically, every boss fight, you have 20% damage reduction up to 5 times. Plus, you're getting the essentially 60% damage reduction as well. So, you got that Dire Juncture mixed with Branded Burst. So that's essentially all the damage mitigation you'll probably need. And I say that now. I mean, I'm on the 85, so I'm pretty close to the 90s. Um, will it? Do I think? I don't think it's going to change in the future. Um, like in order to make sacred work, you're going to have to put a lot of points into wisdom and getting your efficiency and all this kind of stuff. Like if you look at weakness, efficiencies at the maximum ailment is 19%. So not only does it not hit very or not hit, but not debuff very hard, but you have to wait for it to actually stack up to its maximum. You know, in this case with the passives, you start with it. And the other thing is, it took away all these points that were essentially wasted. And all it did was cost, you know, a couple points here, a couple points there. It's right next to the tree we're going for. So I have my defenses. In this case, now what I can do is focus on damage. So, you know, two-handed weapon damage, two-handed weapon damage, two-handed weapon damage crit. I could even maybe go for, where is it? Headhunter. I'm thinking about going that next. So every champion kill, you get a percentage damage, material damage increase. So based on my, I actually found a new weapon, which is pretty cool. But look at it. It has like no physical, just a little bit of physical, a lot of frost, a lot of sacred. But it was double the damage before. So with this build, since I don't have gods amongst men, I don't really have a whole lot of specifically material damage bonuses. I have a few, but not much. I don't have academic fieldwork yet, which gives you material damage bonuses, which, you know, I'm not really using right now. So I could wait on that potentially. Just get these straight damage bonuses up here. Maybe if I need to, get extra stamina points over there. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Got my defense. I'd highly suggest going this route as opposed to Sacred, or the block just was terrible. I tried Proud Reprisal. It was not hitting very hard at all. It's like at that point when, I mean, I was blocking a lot, which is fine, but the most it ever reached was like 36%. You know, this one point is essentially 60%. This one's 20%, essentially permanently. So, yeah. Saved a bunch of points, do a bunch of damage. Awesome. Itemization, was there any changes? Not really. Not that I can think of, other than my weapon. Rings are still the same. The chest piece still the same. Got little sacred bonuses. Something's also going on with the uniques. I don't know what's going on with these things, but they are rolling really, really weird. You know, these things, 297% health on item, no health. I found a couple items like this. There's another, I think it was a heavy piece, like a shoulder, or not a shoulder, but like a headpiece. Also had the same thing, but didn't have any health. Things like that. It's kind of wonky. Kind of wonky. Oh, here's one. Chest piece. 77% bonus health on this item. There's no health on the item. What? So, it's wacky. Let me see. Passives are still the same. I'm saving up money right now to try and redo it. Put everything to ferocity. Let's look at the damage. Damage is getting a lot better. 8,888 average damage. Sweet, sweet, sweet. With the Sacred, I have a chance of getting weakness, but I'm not really going for it. Health went down a little bit, but like I said, I'm actually getting the damage reduction on there. So resistance is a little bit low. I could throw on a heavy chest piece, knock that right back up to, you know, 50, 55% straight away. So, all right, let's try it out. Let's go to Champion 85. I just did a Champion 82 to test the build a little bit. It's working pretty well. I tested block. I tested trying to go Praetorians. Let me see if I can find it. Praetorian's Retaliator talent up here with the wild card. So I'm like, okay, well, minus 50% critical hit chance, plus 60% critical hit chance score. Maybe it'll cancel each other out somehow. No, it's doesn't really matter what your critical hit chance score. It's essentially not going above 20. So no matter what I did, all into ferocity. You think since all into ferocity is about 50%, you're like, okay, well maybe it'll go down to 25. You know, with the extra wild card, I can maybe push it to 30. Nope, 19%. That was it. So, okay, something might be wrong with that. So I think there's still a little couple kinks they need to work out with everything, but still an enjoyable game. All right, this guy needs to die. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I change up my runes a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. If you notice on my spear jump, I'm actually doing a shockwave. That's a little damage bonus. The damage is nice. It helps get mobs into stunned earlier, you know, when they're broken. The little red shield above their heads. But the other benefit is that it shows me exactly who's getting stunned. So, and basically anybody who's getting hit by that shockwave is somebody who's about to get stunned. Let's see if I can show you guys the damage reduction when we get to a boss or something. These guys don't really do much damage. Some sound. A little bit. Ooh. There we go. I actually found a greed map. It was pretty fun. Well, actually, let me rephrase it. It was cool that I got a greed map. What do I mean by a greed map? That means it's a map where you have a lot more omens than would normally show up. Those little gold beetles are called wealth omens. And I thought it was going to be just like Diablo 3, Greed Realm. Hey, there's going to be things all over the place. You have a limited time in order to kill things. I'm like, okay, cool. Get all my damage. Kill everything. There was 3 on the entire map. And there's a bunch of mobs. It's like, okay. It's not what I was expecting. What are you gonna do? So you can see the little bosses and mini bosses have a lot more health now. A lot more health. Alright, there we go. Let's go fight a boss. Here, let me take some damage. See if it can one-shot me. Oh! It did! Oh, lightning did twice. I still gotta be a little careful, but as you can see, it took a hefty amount of damage for being 20 levels, or I was able to take a hefty amount of damage 20 levels lower. So, it's working out. I could probably do with some more life, which will come with gear. My gear is still kind of weak. Oh, there we go. You know what I might actually do is change my health potions over to rage potions, because I really don't use the health potions for anything. That's kind of the weird thing, like, the mobs do so much damage that the health potion is not really going to help you, because you're going to get one shot. You know, it's like in Diablo 3, where you have to stack like 9,000 versions of damage reduction, because the mob's going to do like 1 billion damage per hit. So it's like, what's the point of a health potion at that point, you know? But, whatever. Ooh, hello. I don't know why, but this unique seller lady has been showing up in almost every single one. lately. I don't know if it's like a bonus weekend or something, but now granted, most of the ones she sells are pretty crappy. But
I have been
let's see what
waiting
she's
for
got.
you.
Actually, let's kill this dude.
I am here to nudge you back.
What do we got? What do we got? Soul's Bane. Terrible. I really wish you could re-roll these. Because for level 86, that damage is really low. Like, really low. It's weird because it says requires level 40. Probably good for level 40. For level 86, no, not so much. Not so much. Edict. Again, probably good for level 40, but not for level 86. Very, very low damage. Very low damage.
On the right track.
And go. And there we go. Didn't really have to use the other thing, but I actually kind of like it now. The apocalyptic form. It's fun. Just to be like, I'm a giant angel. Cool. The damage is pretty low, but what are you gonna do? Oh, that's the other weird thing. If you see on my gear, it has a lot of this rage and willpower reduction. I think if you add all of mine up, it's like 76% rage reduction or something. I could put on like another piece or get some talents that can lower it to like 95% reduction. But whatever it is, it doesn't add up like that. I don't know how it adds up. So for example, if I take all these pieces off, my bleeding edge goes from rage cost of 199 up to rage cost 342. So this stuff by itself, 17. 17, 34, 42, 52, about 75. So I have 75% rage reduction right there. My bleeding edge should cost almost nothing. You know, it should probably cost maybe like 75, well, maybe 100. So things like that, it doesn't really make sense. Blade Swarm rage costs 116, or in my case, 69. I don't get it. Something's wacky. Do I still like it? Yeah. I mean, I can get out more axes. I should be able to get far more axes than I'm currently doing with 75% rage cost reduction. And for whatever reason, I'm not actually getting 75% rage cost reduction. Not cool, man. Not cool. So I don't know. Maybe it's just something they need to work on and fix, or explain a little better. That's the other thing. A little bit more explanation on what the things actually do. So, for example, when you count up 95% efficiency bonus and blocking. It's like, okay. If that's not, you know, 95% total, okay, maybe it's 95% of whatever your current efficiency is, right? So I put on a shield with 20%. I'm like, okay, 95%. That should probably put me up plus whatever is on my gear and what have you. That should probably be in the 40s, 45s. Like, no, I'm at, you know, 35, 36. Like, wait a second. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm learning things, you're learning things, we're all learning things together. Ooh, big boy. See, those 2 hits he just did would have killed me before. But I was able to only take 40% of the damage, which in this case knocked me down to about quarter health, maybe 33% health. And then the rest healed on the next tick from my health regen. Even though I did take another 60% of the damage, which was a large part of my bar, it healed back to full. So. And as I get more health, that will help give me more room to mitigate that, if you will. Which is essentially just like monks in World of Warcraft. You know, high health, high stagger, any kind of magic damage they take, it staggers. But that's World of Warcraft, who cares? And that was Mr. Pandaria, which was, you know, how many years ago? Ooh. Oh. Alright, let's go last boss. They're all stunned. The good thing is, if they're the champion mobs, you know, let's say if I do 5 of those stuns in a row right on top of them, more than likely, because the shockwave itself crits for about, I think 24, somewhere between 24 and 30, depending on how many mobs I jump on. Because number one, when I jump, I get a damage stacking buff from wings. So that'll stack and it'll do even more damage on the shockwave itself. And that has a high likelihood of actually knocking them straight into broken at that point, which makes it really nice. I should still probably try and get out of that. Play it safe. So some stuff you can stand in, but probably a little safer just to try and dodge what you can. Do a little bit of Dark Souls. Hey.
Stand in my way.
So in that case, you can kill an entire group just with the jump, if you want. Beefier guys, you might want to auto attack just to get the extra rage and spam more axes. Because at that point, you start to lose a little bit of rage. But oh no, At one mob, you have to basic attack. Still pretty good. Some points in ferocity. Next point, probably. I think I was going for this one. This one or that one? Let's do it. What did that raise it up to? Went from 8,888 to 9,000. Where? That's because my rage is going. With some rage, 10,800. Yeah, let's go back and use all my rage. My other one was from baseline, 8,888. $9,100. Nice little damage boost. I'll take it. I will take it. All right, turn in. What do we got? Dude.
Great. More paperwork.
Oh. And nothing good.
Back for more? Happy to be of service. Let me guess.
So here we go.
Contract.
Yeah, I'll keep working my way up. 88. What is it? By 4, 3 every time, something like that. Get up into the 90s. Whatever is after champion.
Contract.
Eventually, when I don't need gold anymore, I start rolling modifiers. I've done this once, rolling modifiers, and then getting the what do they call it? Tainteds or whatever it's called. It was pretty interesting. Have a fun little nemesis chase you around. So I'll keep pushing levels, and then I'll come hit you guys back up with an update if anything changes. I think I'll probably be sticking with these Dire Juncture tenant points with Branded Burst. If I need any more defensive things, the most I'll probably do is get like either all resistance, get some max health, something like that. Maybe even both. A little bit of max health, a little bit of resistances. Maybe come down here, grab the 20% if I want a little extra. So, yep. Other than that, comment. I don't care if you subscribe or not. I'm not worried about that. Just, if you guys need anything, let me know. Thanks.